What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay. Is that really the name of the band? I'm sure it stands for something. But all I got are the initials, so we're going to go with it. Making their debut on the channel tonight. Okay. We have DDE. Yes, indeed. How about that? DDE making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Morten Asva, and Morten wanted to see me react to this song by DDE called Rompa Mi. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Ristega. So, R-I-S-T-S-E-G-A, Ritsega. Sure, we'll go with that. And the video has 100,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. DDE Rompa Mi. Oh, there's more. I was only told Rompa Mi was the name of the song. Rompa Mi Ogher Blir Det Liv. Sure, why not? Listen, I was just told it was called Rompa Mi, so I don't know what the rest of this means. It may be part of a song or it may be an explanation of the live situation they're playing in. I don't know. Okay, so this is a live performance. I was told to start at the very beginning of the video at zeros, which is right where we're at, zeros across the board. And I'm supposed to end at 351. Well, we'll see how that goes. I mean, sometimes I hit the mark, sometimes I don't. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Boy, they came out on stage and went right to it, didn't they?
Da du har svandret taxien du sa. Okej. Rompa mi. Du är så bra i rompa mi. Agonia bara på kroppen. Dina natt i solariet. Rompa mi. Du är så bra i rompa mi. Med en stryk fortsatt att overlyckes folkgud och tycker du kan väl.
Nice blocking. Got the ZZ Top thing going there. It's got a nice, like almost, I mean, it's definitely like rock and roll. It's definitely got that rock and roll feel. And I don't mean like that from a modern standpoint. I'm talking more like, you know, back in the 50s type of feel. Kind of like that with a little bit of a country vibe to it at the same time. It's like a, I don't know if I would go as far. No, I don't. No, never mind. I was thinking about saying a comparison. I don't think it fits that. But it's. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's pleasing to the ear. It is. It's moving in all the right ways. The chordal progression makes sense. Very clear definition between verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. So all the phrases are being defined very well. It's, and like I said, are they doing anything wrong? No, they're not doing anything wrong whatsoever. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that my mind's being blown by anything, because I'm not. I've heard a lot of songs that sound like literally exactly like this. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm blown away by anything I'm hearing, because I'm not. But at the same time, they're not doing anything wrong. It sounds good. And there's really, there's really no complaints on my part. So let's get back into this. Let's finish it out and we'll get to the review.
Rompa Mi! Gud, där finns det korsning. Bara både hon och skulden, det är hon så. Tack och för Rompa Mi som du så bra på. Rompa Mi, du är så bra i Rompa Mi. Hon began på kroppen sig.
.351. That's where I'm supposed to stop. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's what it really comes down to. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this, if I'm being honest. Not only do I not know how I'm supposed to feel about it, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, in this very moment, in this present point in time. I don't know how I feel about this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and I'll try to think of something intelligent to say about this, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was DDE with a tune entitled Rompa Mi. This was a request from Morten Asvog. This was a weird one. Let's just get to the score. Let's just get to the score, and I'll give my reasons. Let's not try to dig too deep into this. Let's start off with that score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 6.7. Yep, 6.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.7. What does that mean? Well, a 6.7 would translate to a pretty good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a pretty good presentation. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 6.7, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. This was definitely different. Something I don't usually hear on the channel. It had like the rock and roll 50s vibe to it as far as a chordal progression standpoint goes. But it also kind of had that country feel at the same time. I was going to say this earlier, but yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it now. Kind of had a little bit of that honky-tonk kind of feel to it. Listen, if that's what they were going for, then well done. You know, congratulations. You did it. But I'm not 100% sure if that is what they were going for. This kind of reminds me, and I'm not saying this to be disparaging against the band, but at the same time, I'm not sure how serious these guys take themselves. Like, it almost sounds like it's a rock band or like a rock and roll band that belongs on a kids show. That's what it sounds like to me. That's how their delivery sounds. It's very toned down. It's very, I hate to say corporate sounding, but it is. It's interesting. It's not bad. It's not bad by any stretch. The songwriting makes sense. The chord progressions all made sense. I like how they were able to very clearly define, you know, here's the verse, here's the pre-chorus, here's the chorus. And I'm not sure where the hook lies. I want to say the chorus was the hook, except for the fact that all the sing-along stuff was happening in the pre-chorus. So maybe the pre-chorus is the hook. But I didn't feel that as the hook. I felt the chorus was the hook. I'm just looking at it from a performance standpoint. I don't know. Something just stuck out to me with the pre-chorus. Like, maybe that is the hook because that's where they're doing the sing-along. But I don't know. I guess everybody's going to hear what they're going to hear. Everybody's going to hear, you know, and feel differently about, you know, about art. And that's fine. As far as the musicianship goes, I mean, they did a solid job. I mean, I didn't hear any mistakes. I'm also not going to sit here and, you know, pander and lie and say, oh, it's the most impressive musicianship I've ever seen. Please. This was very simple, very easy to follow. And the musicianship really didn't show me anything that I would say was impressive. And I'll take it a step further. I didn't even see anything happening within the musicianship to say it was even great or really good. Now, everything across the board was pretty good. The songwriting was pretty good. The musicianship was pretty good. The vocal delivery was pretty good. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think the vocal delivery might have been the most impressive thing about the entire song. Maybe that's because he was the loudest one in the mix. That's possible too. Can't help but hear him. He was, like I said, he was the, no pun intended, but he was the loudest voice that we could hear in the mix. So Yeah, overall, I'm just looking at the song. It's nothing all that amazing. It's nothing all that special, but it's solid. I mean, it is solid. I'll give it that. So, looking at the song, I would give it about a 6.1, 6.2, somewhere in there. But I'm giving this a 6.7. So, what happened? Why am I giving this a 6.7 when I think the song deserves a 6.2? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids.
Say it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. In this case, I gotta say the live show helped. It helped quite a bit. Let's go down the checklist, shall we? Let's see how many boxes they checked off. Okay, stage presence. I am gonna give it a check. Some of the guys in the band just came out wearing t-shirts and jeans, and I think that's kind of the look that they're going for. But I'll be honest with you, if you were to see these guys backstage and you didn't know, the band, and you didn't know what the band looked like, you could very easily mistake them for roadies. I mean, they don't look like performers. So I'm not looking for elaborate costumes, but I am looking for something just a little bit more than just t-shirts and jeans. But they definitely had the swagger. When they came out, man, they got right to work. I mean, there was no fluff. There was no downtime. They entered from stage right, which is a little weird. I mean, usually they enter from stage left, but they entered from stage right, went right to the front of the stage, and got right to it. So, they definitely made their presence be known. So I will give them the check, but it's not the strongest check in the world. Stage energy, check. A lot of movement and motion happening on that stage. It was done very subtly. It's not like they were running across the stage, which is fine. I'm not looking for running. I'm not looking for cartwheels. I'm not looking for, butterflies. I'm not looking for jumping through hoops. Still my favorite. I'm still not looking for being shot out of a cannon. All I'm looking for is effort. And there was definitely effort put into the live show. Constantly crisscrossing members, the lead vocalist moving around the stage quite a bit. Casually, yes, but still movement and motion. So I'll give that the check. Stage interaction, check. Big check. Several moments of stage interaction between members of the band. And I love seeing that. Couldn't help but notice that one section where the two guitar players and the bassist came together and they did the old, the ZZ Top thing, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, with the easy shoulder swing, back and forth and back and forth. And it didn't help the comparison by the fact that they were all wearing sunglasses. So, yeah, I couldn't help but notice that. That was fun. That ties in with showmanship too, by the way. So I'll just check off showmanship while we're at it. Showmanship, yes, and stage interaction, yes. They both get a check. Crowd interaction, absolutely, big check. Lots and lots of crowd interaction. Lead vocalist constantly interacting with the crowd, especially on that pre-chorus, prompting the crowd to sing along. And you couldn't help but notice in the audio, each time he did it, the crowd participation got a little bit louder. So it was effective. He was being effective with this crowd interaction. It grew and grew and grew. So that's good. That's it. And then showmanship, I already got the check too. Production, I don't think so. They were in the middle of the day. And the worst part was they set up the stage to be facing west, where the sun is going down. And those poor performers, I felt so bad for the lead vocalist. I felt bad for everybody in the band because they got the sun literally glaring in their faces. But at least most of the musicians were wearing sunglasses. The lead vocalist was not. He probably couldn't see anything because of that sun. Promoters, do better. When you're constructing your stage, think about stuff like that. If you have to face either east or west, face east, because by the time your festival actually starts, like around 10 o'clock in the morning, the sun is already, past the point of being in everyone's eyes directly. It's going to be overhead. Unfortunately, they were facing west when the sun is setting, going down, 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 and it's right in your face. And that's not fun, guys. I've been there and done that, and it is not a good time. But you couldn't see any lights, and there was no pyro, no cryo, no nothing like that. But you know what? That's okay. I don't think these guys are a production-based band. And like I've always said, production is just bonus points anyway. Unless you are a production-based band and you rely on your production to put on your live show for you. And your production better be on point. But, you know, for a band like this, I don't think that's what they rely on. So, no bonus points for production, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt their score either. So this is how I'm coming up to the 6.7. The live show definitely helped. It got them out of the B minuses up into the Bs. So good for them. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is nothing I would say that's all that special. It's nothing I would say it's all that amazing. It's a pretty good song. The live show helped, and it got them up to that 6.7, up into the pretty good range. So, yeah, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.7, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.